What's up YouTube, BMR here, and today I wanted to give you guys an update on my MA-020 SP chassis conversion. So I went ahead and I got the servo unit and all the electronics installed on it. It was pretty straightforward. It was a simple process, and I went ahead and I put the front end together. I got the Eagle Racing parts installed up at front, and I'm not a huge fan of Eagle Racing, actually. I'm going to be putting up a review on these parts pretty soon, but basically the short and skinny of it is these parts just had really loose fitment. So I ordered the suspension arms. Those things were super loose on it, and also these Eagle Racing front knuckles, they're just causing issues with my swing arms. So anyways, I'm going to end up ordering Kyosho. I'm going to place an order today for some Kyosho plastic front camber knuckles, as well as a new set of these suspension arms, just to have some fresh ones in there, because I want to have plastic camber knuckles and plastic suspension arms, because I was thinking about it, and you want to have some plastic up front just to have something to absorb a little bit of the shock in the front end. You don't want to have everything be super rigid, because then you will have stuff snap a little bit more. I want to have the camber knuckles and the suspension arms be plastic in the hopes that it'll give the front end a little bit more give. And also, if you guys can tell, the 3 degrees, it's pretty severe, and especially when you have the car sat down on the ground, it looks really severe, and I don't think I'm going to need nearly as much camber angle. And the other colors for the EA, or for the Eagle Racing parts, I just don't really like them at all, so I'm just going to go with the plastic ones. And so that'll be an upgrade, or not an upgrade, but update that I'll be releasing soon for the car. So anyways, I just wanted to let you know that I got these parts on here. I'm not particularly happy with them, so like I said, I'm going to be getting rid of the camber knuckles. I'll get some new ones of those, and I'm going to keep this differential plate and the lower differential plate. I like them, and the tie bar is not really making contact with the aluminum plate down here. It's making a tiny bit of contact, but honestly, it's when the servo throws at about 95%, so it's not that bad. When I get a Dremel in the future, I'll end up dremeling this, but since it's aluminum, it would take too much work to hand file it, so, and I just don't want to take the car apart right now. You know, I just got it back together, so I'll do that in the future. But anyways, so that's what we have going on in the front. I'm going to end up switching out these camber knuckles pretty soon. I put some some Eagle Racing blue springs up here. They're a little hard to see, but these are 1 step softer than the stock ones. So these are just a hair softer. I'm hoping this will give me some pretty good front end bite, especially with those 1 degree camber knuckles. So when those parts come in, I'll give you guys another update, but that's what we have going on the chassis. And also, forgot to mention, I have ceramic bearings all throughout. So we have ceramic bearings in the drive shaft. We have ceramic bearings up in the front one-way differential, as well as the camber knuckles. So anyways, let's set this to the side, and moving on to the main meat and potatoes of the video here, the rear end. So I'm building my quote-unquote ultimate rear end for drifting for a MA-020, not a DWS suspension system, because I haven't played with those yet. I like the Kingpin ones so far for the most part. They do a good enough job for drifting. You don't need to have as fast of rebounding effect and stuff like that, and I haven't noticed any binding issues, especially when drifting on a smooth, flat concrete surface. You're not going to have any issues like that. So I really like these ones, and so this is all aluminum, and the lower plate is carbon fiber, because if you guys have been following the series and you remember from my last rear end, I ended up shattering these areas that retain the rear end to the car. So anyways, I had to trash this. So anyways, we went ahead and upgraded this to all aluminum. So I still have my aluminum, same Teflon camber knuckles, as well as the tow bar in the back. And this is really, really smooth back here. It's super, super smooth. All the metal on metal and Teflon on metal. It's great. I went ahead and I upgraded my springs back here. So these are about 2 spring settings softer than the stock one. So I'm stiffening up the rear end, as well as I added this rear strut bar. So what this will do is it'll help with the body roll in the corner. So when I'm drifting in my body, because the Mini Z bodies, I've noticed they do add a lot of high centered weight. So when you're in the corner, the rear end, at least I noticed on my 020 for the 90mm wheelbase, it pitches really hard. So I'm hoping the sway bar back here will help stabilize my rear end, and it won't sway as hard, especially with these harder springs. And I'm just hoping we have a better setup, and I'm hoping this aluminum back here is going to have a lot longer longevity than the plastic did, since you can't really shatter aluminum. And I'm hoping this carbon fiber will stand up, because as you can see, the lower plate, it was fine. It didn't have issues. It was the upper plate that shattered on me, and since the upper plate shattered, I decided I might as well go full on and upgraded. I just need to put this little rear bumper on here, but I wanted to leave that off just for the video since I think all this blue aluminum looks really cool. And now we have an exposed rear differential. So that'll be really easy to just kind of blow it out with a can of air, you know, keep everything clean back here. So anyways, this has been my update for the rear end, all these aluminum parts, as well as having ceramic bearings. I think my rear end, it should be a lot smoother and it should roll a lot freer in the future. We'll see once we get it on the car and we actually get it driving and we get these parts worn in a little bit. So the suspension, it feels really nice and smooth, but at the same time, it's very stiff. So I'm hoping this is going to help with the oversteering characteristics in the corner. It's going to help the car just kind of want to slide a little bit better, you know what I mean? And hopefully with the sway bar back here, it's going to keep that rear end to settle down a little bit and just stay a little bit more planted in the corner, especially with the springs. So anyways, really excited about this. I'm really excited to put this together. So I just wanted to give you guys a small update on the car, what we have going on. So like I said, we already have the chassis all put together. I'm just waiting on some front end parts. I'm going to put new swing arms, at least on this right side, because it was clicking really hard. So I put the batteries in it. And if you guys saw the last video, the gear mesh is perfect. But once I put the batteries in and I put the camber knuckles, oh, you can hear it. But anyways, it's the pin that holds the swing arm. So the swing arm is made of two parts, and so the parts go together like this, and they have a pin that goes in the middle. And so that middle pin, it's basically able to slide up and down, and it's making contact with the aluminum camber knuckles in here. There's a little ball joint that screws into that, and anyways, it's not perfectly smooth in there, so it's just making contact every time. I didn't have issues with my Kyosho plastic ones, so anyways, moving on to these aluminum ones, I have noticed that issue, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace that swing arm, trash it, so that way I have backups too. And anyways, hopefully those new camber knuckles, it'll smooth everything out in the front end. So like I said, guys, we have ceramic bearings all throughout the car. That was the main thing I wanted to upgrade, as well as now we have these aluminum differential covers up here. I'm going to be going to 1 degree camber knuckles in the future. So anyways, guys, I'm going to have an update video where I'm going to put this together once I have the front end all dialed in. Then I'll just, you know, join them together, and then hopefully we'll have a video where we can go ahead and take the car over to my parents' house, test drive it, see how it feels, and compare it to my 030, and just get a feel for this car, because I haven't been able to drive it in weeks now, guys. It's been probably about a month it's been sitting, so I'm itching to get this car going. I'm itching to get it driving, and I'm really excited for it. So anyways, that's it for this video today, guys. I hope you enjoy the update. I hope you guys look forward to my next videos. Please subscribe if you want to stay tuned to the channel and you want to see everything that's going on with this build, because this is going to be the ultimate drift build, at least in my opinion. I'm hoping to get a counter steer setup in the future. That will be my real final thing I do to this car. But anyways, we've pretty much upgraded everything we can, or everything that I want to. And anyways, that's it for this video, guys. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and see you next time.